welcome to another video. I'm so happy to have you here, and today we are going to do this very minimalistic, basic but still super pretty makeup look while we dive into some topics like birth control, friendships, relationships, and of course sex and masturbation. Now, if you would like to get to know me more on like a personal level, I would definitely suggest that you follow my socials down below. Stay tuned, and I hope that you enjoy the video. Hi there and welcome. Grab your drinks, grab your snacks, because we're gonna talk, baby. And then I'm also going to show you my like my everyday makeup routine, or what I would usually do, because lately I've been going for like a very minimal, but it's there, it's giving face, skin, all of them things. Anyway, I already wet my beauty sponge, and this is a Real Techniques sponge. I bought it at Clicks, super nice. And tip that I would give you if you want to take it or whatever, when you do wet your beauty sponge, like afterwards, then dry it in like a towel, just so that it's not literally wet on your skin. Nevertheless, let's get into it. I'm going to start off with my eyebrows, of course, and I'm using the Maybelline Express Brow. Absolutely love this brow pencil. It is in deep brown. So the first topic that I have for us to talk about today is birth control. I probably started taking birth control last year. It was last year November, I think. It was last year November, and I'm still on birth control. In the meantime, or since then, I've actually can I just finish my brows quickly and I'll be right back, okay? So my brows are somewhat done now. I'll probably leave it now, and then I'll do some finishing touches later, like at the end probably. Anyway, so I was talking about birth control. Now, I started probably November last year, and after about 6 months, so in April, I went back to the nurse, or like, yeah, the nurse. I go to Clicks usually to get my for my appointments for my birth control. You just go onto the website. I would usually Google and say like to make an appointment, because otherwise, like if you go on the website for Clicks, then you wouldn't necessarily find the clinic part, but you need to go to the clinic part to book an appointment for you. Nevertheless, when I do go, or when I went to my nurse, he asked me, how are the vibes, how has it been, and I've experienced a lot of discharge, which is pretty normal. It is like a brown discharge, which just might be a little too much information, but this is just what I experienced, and I low-key felt like, ugh, I felt kind of grossed out by my own body, because I was just like, why are you doing these things? You know what I mean? Especially because when I went on birth control, in my mind, I was like, I wouldn't have to deal with none of this shit. I wouldn't have to deal with a period. I wouldn't have to deal with none of this shit. Boom, discharge. I definitely played myself. But I was on the injection, the 2-month injection, for about 6 months, 6 months, as I've said. And then I went to him, I was like, yo, I've been experiencing this discharge, and it's pretty much consistent for the entire month. It's not like it gets less or it gets worse. And yeah, that is what I was dealing with. I didn't really like that, because it kind of affected my confidence in terms of like when I have sex with people, because then it's like in my mind, I'm like, oh my god, what if I don't taste right, things like that. And so he put me on the on the pill instead. Now I'm honestly not sure what it's called, like the scientific names. I just know it's just the pill, but I've been on the pill for maybe 2 months now, and so far discharge has literally been disappeared, gone. And I think the only thing that I've really experienced was a I could definitely sense there was like a imbalance in my hormones in my body and things like that. I've experienced a lot of acne, which is not really, I'm not very prone to acne, so that was definitely something that kind of bothered me, because it's like novels, now you want to give me pimples out of nowhere. So I think with birth control, it's really more so like a you pick your struggle type of thing. It's like, okay, yes, you can have sex then without getting pregnant and being a little more at ease as well. but then it's like you still kind of have discharge. But since I've been on the pill, I haven't been experiencing any discharge the same way I did when I was on the injection. And I experienced like a little bit of bleeding, which is usually like around the time when you usually get your period, which is not really like a period, it's more like a literally just discharge, you know? But yeah, for birth control, personally, I would say if you are looking to go or to get into birth control, all of them things, I would definitely say that try it out. Try it out. And it is definitely a journey. I would say that if you don't really need it, then don't go on it. You know, I've heard or I've seen a lot of controversies and read about a lot of controversies on like birth control and all of them things. So I think that if you don't need to go on it, then don't, you know, because it does have complications, or it could have complications later in life. I've seen, oh sorry, based on the stuff that I've seen, it has mostly been women who were on birth control for an extensive amount of time, for like 6-7 years already, since they were like at a very young age. They started birth control, and then later in life, when they're like my age, 21, 23, then they end up getting problems with like cysts and stuff like that. But I don't necessarily feel like that should scare you away, because birth control is a very affordable option. You pay about 150 and then 70 rand for every appointment afterwards, which I still don't feel like is bad. But there are also other places where you can go where it's free, we don't have to pay. I don't want to stand in a line, I want to make an appointment, get my birth control and leave. Yeah, my final thoughts would be, give it a try. If it works for you, it works for you. If it doesn't, if the injection doesn't work for you, maybe try out the pill. If the pill doesn't work for you, try out a different injection. If the injection doesn't work out for you, try out a different pill, you know? So there are options. Also, might just keep in mind that there is a risk. There's always a risk involved when it comes to women's health. Above it. I've been speaking so much, I haven't even been doing my makeup. So this is Wet n Wild's Mega Glow Contouring Palette in the caramel toffee shade. I have a broken mirror here at the bottom, so if you are wondering why am I looking down, it's because I have a broken mirror down here. Anyway, the next topic I have is relationships. Now, I don't really want to talk about relationships too much, because I feel like it's not overrated necessarily, but I do feel like relationships are a little played out at the moment, just because like it just doesn't have the same value, I feel, anymore, which is really sad, because I'm definitely a relationship person. I like being in a relationship. I like the companionship of being with someone, or not being with someone, just having someone around, someone who you can have fun with, share your interests, you know, just have someone there other who plays a different role than a friend, you know. But I feel like nowadays, relationships, especially amongst the young people, I'm going to use this foundation. Oh, it's the Super Stay full coverage 24 hours, if that means anything. Yeah. As I was saying, I feel like we don't really value relationships like that anymore. I feel like relationships nowadays are very sex oriented, if that makes sense. It's like, if we are not having sex, I'm going to use this just under my eyes. I don't really want to cover up my like spots on my cheeks, because I kind of want that to show, but I am gonna cover up my under eye bags a little bit, just here in between. But the concept is minimum effort, you know. As I was saying, people just want to have sex, and I mean, that is cool. I also want to have sex, you know, but yeah, ek wil daarom 'n bietjie meer hê. I want a little bit more, you know. I at least want us to be friends, have like somewhat, no, just a little bit more, you know what I mean. I don't really conceal my eyebrows either. I feel like that is something we all used to do, but I don't do that anymore. Do what you gotta do. If you have to shape your eyebrows, go ahead. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, I just feel like it's very discouraging even, because it's like, what is the point even of being with people if they are not necessarily, or they don't have the intention even to not even to be more. I'm not necessarily saying that I even want to be in a relationship with people. I'm just saying that that is just not a trend at the moment. It's not a trend for you to be into someone and for you to actually like them and embrace it and, you know, be vulnerable with that person and all of them things. Yeah, that is just not really a thing anymore. And I also think that our culture, or our, like lately, our culture amongst the young people has been very much like hurt people, you know what I mean? We are all trying to play one another, trying to see who's the bigger player, you know, who can I hurt more? I'm gonna hurt this guy before he plays me, type of thing, you know. Let's move on to the next topic which I have, which is sex and masturbation. Now, baby, if you follow me on social media, which you should be doing, please be sure to check out my Instagram. I'm most active on my Instagram, literally always. I post like every day. So you'll see more of like my personality and just more of like my personal life um, on Instagram. Definitely go ahead and check out the girl or whatever. I'm going to use this Black Opal True Colors Soft Velvet Finishing Powder. Absolutely love this powder. It's in the shade Neutral Light. This is the Yardley Absolute Translucent Loose Powder. This is in the shade loose powder, suitable for all skin tones, apparently. Anyway, I'm going to add like, oh my god, that is way too much. I'm gonna add like the slightest bit. I actually added a lot more, but I'm gonna add the slightest bit of this pink powder to the brown powder. And then I'm going to set my under eyes with my sponge. I'm going to use dab on some powder on my beauty blender. Then I'm first going to dab it out on my arm and then go in under my eyes, more so pressing in the powder rather than setting or baking. Yeah, just like that. I would also, if you want like more of like a natural skin look, don't set your under eyes. But if you are prone to like under eye creases, then I would definitely say set your under eyes. I feel like as a single lady, as a single young woman, masturbation is literally so, I must say it's so important. But it kind of is though, because it is like exploring your body. Because how do you expect someone else to explore your body when you haven't explored your own body, you know? How do you expect your partner to know what you like when you don't even know what you like? You know what I mean? So I think that it is extremely important to explore your own body. You know what I mean? And I'm going to use this angled brush. I think it is so important, especially for us young women, to really get to know ourselves, you know, get to know what you like. And especially with masturbation, because it is your alone time. It's like sacred. No one else is going to tell you what to do, you know what I mean? You are in charge of what is going on. You are in charge of what you like. You are in charge of what you want to watch, if you want to watch like porn and stuff. Anyway, what I'm really trying to say is, don't feel ashamed for having sexual desires. Don't feel ashamed for having sex. You know what I mean? Of course, have safe sex. Be responsible. Don't be stupid. You know what I mean? Basically, don't be stupid. Like, be aware of the risks. Maak nie saak wat jy doen nie. Of jy nou 'n groot vrou is en of jy nou 'n jong baby girl is. You know what I mean? I'm talking nonsense here. What do I know? What I do know is that it is your responsibility. And as long as you are full informed and aware, then I don't really see anything going wrong. Love your life. Have the best. Hopefully this looks fine. Oh my god, I hope I don't look crazy. Imagine I'm trying to do a makeup tutorial by my girls and makeup like a I'm going to use the same bronzer, and I'm just going to use a kind of like a dome shaped brush just to go in on my my lid all over. And what I like about this bronzer is that it's very buildable. Like, oftentimes girls forget that they too play a role in their own enjoyment. So if you are laying there thinking, this guy is a small tolly, all of this nonsense, you must not gonna enjoy it. I'm not saying you must not think, this is the best guy ever, blah 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 blah. I'm just saying you also need to work on what you think about. On to the next. I want to talk a little bit about friendship and like yeah, just friendships in general. I don't really want to talk about this too much because I feel like it's boring, but I do think it is quite important to speak about, because oftentimes, especially now that we are so busy, and sometimes especially yeah, you just don't always have the time, or you just don't always have the energy even to reach out to your friends every day and be like, hi, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well, blah 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 blah. You need to consciously make the effort to make a friendship work, you know. If you are not watering your plants, then you cannot expect for it to grow. Hello? It's not rocket science. So the same with relationships as well, I feel, at least. This is taking a lot longer, but usually it wouldn't take this long, guys. Oh my god. I need to hurry up. Vibes. I'm going to do a little bit of a nose contour. Okay, so make sure that your shit is blended the fuck out. Right, now that that is done, I'm gonna go in with my blush. This is an absolute favorite blush. As you can see, it fell. The Blazing Berry Wet n Wild Color Icon blush. Absolutely love it. Okay, next step, I'm going to add some mascara. This is the Essence Volume Hero Mascara, waterproof. This is a really good mascara for waterproof vibes, but it will not, like, baby, this shit has a grip on your eyelashes. More. Now for my lower lash line. Okay, it's a little bit messy. I'm going to use the Grwm Long Lasting Fix and Go 2-in-1 primer and setting spray. I'm going to use the and then after I've sprayed it, I'm going to take my beauty blender and then just kind of press the setting spray into my skin. We have now made it to the end of the video, and if you are still here, baby, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please do like, comment and share it with your friends, your family. Watch it on the TV in the living room with your mala. I don't mind, but thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more.